I was very surprised to find out that you and Buffett still use those books to look for stocks. I mean, these days it's so easy to find information. You can just go to Guru Focus, use the stock screener, find PE1. You can do that in like half a second. Why does that still work?
Right. So actually, that's a great question because in 2006, when he invested in Daehan Flour in Korea, you could have had capital IQ. You could have run any screen you wanted. It would have popped up all kinds of companies. And if you believe that there are tens of thousands of people with lots of assets who have capital IQ subscriptions, that stock should have not been at that price. But just like the dollar bill on the ground, where the professor says it can't be a real dollar bill because in an efficient market, there won't be a dollar bill on the ground. The reality is that speed of access to information is not the determining factor in leading to market efficiency. I think that markets are, because they're auction driven and because there are humans involved, they vacillate between fear and greed. And at that time in the Korean market, for whatever was going on then, there was more fear than greed. And so I find, for example, even today, there are lots of bargains in South Korea, amazing bargains. And
can you give an example?
Well, we're buying. We're buying right now, so we can't quite go there because these things trade. I mean, some of these things, I'm barely able to get $2,000 a day of the stock, and we have a $500 million, $600 million portfolio, so we're nibbling. But we're buying things at 2.5 times earnings. And I'm buying 2.5 times earnings of a business. So like for example, I'll send you on a treasure hunt. How's that?
Yes, sure,
treasure hunt is more exciting than giving you the treasure, right?
Sure.
It's always better to hunt for the treasure. So, I mean, I have an insight, and I don't know whether the insight will be right or wrong. You can tell me. So, we know that there is lots of different permutations and combinations of changes happening in the way humans travel, right? So we used to have cars and public transport and taxis. That was it, right? Now you have Uber, you have Uber Pool, you might get to autonomous, Waymo. There's a lot of different combinations. We have, some of you might be familiar with Via in New York, which I think is great. And so the end result is that humans have a lot more options available for transport and mobility, and the price is coming down. And also you have, low gas prices and so on. So it is an absolute certainty in my mind that per capita miles being driven in some kind of public transport for humans is going up. I mean, I remember when I was a student, I had my bicycle and mobility was very restricted because I was poor. I didn't have a lot of places I could go. Now I just see with my kids, you can go anywhere. So if miles driven per human are going up, how can you play that? Well, one way you can play that is tire companies. Okay, so no matter what happens, I'm almost sure there'll be more tires sold 5 years from now or 10 years from now versus today. And actually, if we get to electric cars taking off, they want weight reductions. So they make those tires paper thin. How many have a Tesla here? No Tesla owners. It's a value crowd.
Value investing, yeah.
Hardcore value crowd. All right. So that the Teslas and the Leafs and all that, they have these special tires which don't last very long and they cost a lot because they want to keep the weight down. And so those are even better for the tire company. They keep wearing out very fast. So my take was that tires will do well. And so I made an investment in a company in India, which was really cheap, which made one of the ingredients that goes into rubber that goes into tires, and that's I think that will do very well. And the other was a company in Korea, which is in one shape or another in the tire business, and it's growing. Actually, it's going to grow quite a bit. It's actually even without these demographic things happening, it'll still grow. And if I'm buying at 2.5 or 3 times, in 3 years, I have all my cash back.
So
that's the beauty of PE of 3.
So it's a tire-related company in Korea with a PE of 3. It's for the treasure hunt.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.